my kitchen once again. Happy New Year to all of you. This is my first video of the new year. Our new year started with not so good news. We had a family member, my children's father, passed away. So I kind of been hibernating for a couple weeks. But I'm back to schedule. We're back to doing videos. Some of you have messaged me if I'm doing a video, if I was okay with all this flood, with all this water. Thank God we weren't affected. So we're all good and we're ready to start our new year. And I'm gonna start my new year with cavalas cider. There's a guy close by in a closer town that sells fish, and once in a while when he has, he'll message me, and he had this week cavalas. I love cavalas. Cavalas cider, cavalas asada, I love it. So that's what we're gonna do. Some of these call also mackerel. I think that's what in English that would be a cavala. So that's what I have here today. We're gonna do stuffed cavalas cider with a stuffing that I'm gonna do. So I got these yesterday. I cleaned them, and then I marinate them in Vinha, which is pepper, garlic, and vinegar, and a little bit of water. And then, so they've been overnight marinating in this Vinha. You don't have to marinate it overnight, but I didn't have time to do a video yesterday, so it was perfect. So I'm gonna do 2 cavalas ciadas. My husband doesn't eat it. I'm gonna share this with my in-laws and my oldest son. So that's what we're gonna do today, cavalas cider. I've been looking for this for so long. It's been years since I've eaten cavala. I mean, I don't think I had all my kids, but one time, me and my first husband, we went to the ocean, and I tell you, that was the funnest day when it comes to fishing. We went fishing in a boat, just me and him, and we brought a 5-gallon bucket, 2 5-gallon buckets filled with cavalas. We would put the hook in, and if you had 2 hooks, you would get 2 cavalas at one time. So every time I eat cavalas, I think of that, and especially at this time since he passed away, and my first dish is cavalas. So it just brought that memory of us fishing. So anyway, so that's what we're gonna do right now, and I'm gonna start with the stuffing. I'm gonna move to the stove, and we'll go from there. But before I do that, I'm gonna, I have here bread. This is all day bread. I cubed it and I toasted. I always do. I never throw away bread. At least I try not to. So I have this. This is enough for these 2 cavalas. And I have fish stock. And what I did was, because I didn't have fish to make the stock, so if I had planned ahead, I probably would have got some fish and made fish stock. So I'm using this fish seasoning, and all I did was put 2 tablespoons of that seasoning and a 1.5 cups of water, which is, I think, enough for this bread. And I'm just gonna leave this here soaking. I boiled that seasoning with that water so it gets that flavor. And when we're in the back counter on the stove, this will be softened. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, friends, we are here on the back of on the stove, and we're gonna saute our garlic, our onion, and do all the mixture to add to our bread. I have here about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm only gonna use half of that. And then I have half an onion, because like I said, I'm making a small just for 2 cavalas. Half an onion is enough. I'm going to add also my garlic. I have maybe about 4 cloves of garlic in here. And we're just gonna saute this until that that onion gets translucent. Now, this was something that my mom cooked a lot of times, and she would do this, especially if she had it when uh, was in the oven, in our big brick oven. She would do a lot of this. She would make quite a few, of course. I have here about a tablespoon of malagueta and bell pepper. If you don't like spice, then add less of the malagueta. But we don't mind here, at least for us. My husband will. So you kind of just want to saute this and until those onions are translucent. And 2 tablespoons of vinegar. And we're going to let this cook on low and then until it's all soft. And then we're going to add to that stuffing. I'm going to add some chopped parsley. And then also I'm going to add some bell peppers. I'm going to add a little bit of more olive oil. And I have here a quarter of a cup of bell peppers. And I'm going to let this kind of sweat a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of water because I want some juice, and then with vinegar, it's too much, too acid. So about 2 tablespoons of water. I'm going to add a little bit of salt, not very much because my pepper has enough salt, and then some black pepper. And then more of that fish sauce seasoning, maybe about a teaspoon of it. However you like, but about a teaspoon. So now we're going to let this simmer a little bit until all those vegetables kind of get a little softer. My bell pepper, I had it in the freezer because sometimes if I have too many bell peppers, I kind of clean them and put them in the freezer. So anyway, and here is my sauce for my stuff. Okay, friends, all my water has been absorbed into that bread. I might have to add a little bit more. I don't like too dry of a dressing, but when we add all this stuff. So, and here is all my ingredients for my stuffing. It's a very easy stuffing, and you can do this with any other fish. Doesn't have to be for cavalas. I remember my mom doing this a lot of times, and here we go. Feel very nostalgic. Anytime I can incorporate something that my mom did is awesome. And we loved cavalas. I'm going to add a little bit of more olive oil. This is Portuguese olive oil. As always, when I cook Portuguese food, use Portuguese ingredients if you can. And I'm going to try to taste this stuffing to see if it needs anything else. Nope, that's it. You can make some of this and put it on the side too. And now we're gonna stuff the cavalas. Kind of want this to cool off. I already have my oven preheated at 350. And we stuffed it all the way up to the head. This is still going to be a little extra, but that's okay. We'll put it on the side. We're going to stuff real good this cavala. This is a very dry fish. It's very oily. Okay. And the rest I'm just going to put it here on the bottom by the tails, and it'll cook. I mean, everything is cooked, but okay. And here's my stuffed cavalas. And now I'm going to drizzle some of this olive oil over the fish so we get some of that flavor. And it does not need no salt, no pepper. And I'm going to cover this. It's going to go cover for probably about 40 minutes. And then uncovered for another 10. So those cavalas get a little crispy. And so is that dressing gets a little, the stuffing gets a little crispy on the edges. And it goes in the oven for 45 minutes. And here it is, friends, my cavala fiada. You have to forgive me. I did the end of the video. I ate half of it and showed you, thinking it's recording. It wasn't recording. So I had to go back and redo it the end. So this poor fish, I already ate half of it. It is delicious. It is one meal that I will repeat it again, and a meal that it brings so much memories when we were growing up. I can still see my mom making this, sitting down at the dinner table and all eating this, fighting who's gonna have the head, who's gonna have the tail, and it was just a riot every time. But it was fun and joy and happy moments. So give it a try to this recipe. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Give me some thumbs up. Don't forget to click on the bell to activate so you can be notified of my videos. And also, if you comment on any of my videos, please tell me where you're from. Tell me the country and the town where you're from so I can give a shout out. That's my new thing for the New Year's. My goal for this New Year's is to engage everybody, you know, in the other side with me, and so I can give a shout out to you. So give a try to this recipe, and share with your friends, share with your family, and it is one delicious meal. Until next time, let's get cooking.